The US wants us to protect communications from cyber attacks. I already know this is gonna be one of them, oh, don't use iMessage, Telegram type of shit. In all honesty, if you guys don't know how to PGP encrypt, start getting accustomed to encryption and trying to encrypt your own messaging and using like applications. I use Proton Mail um and Signal for communication. Now, you guys don't need to use that stuff. I feel like those are like kind of like stuff you use if you're doing things, or testing out products. Overall, the way the data and privacy world is going, you kind of want to have everything encrypted already because it's not that we can't see it, it's the fact that the with technology now, we might not have as much backdoors available to us, and that's gonna harm us in the long run because we're not gonna know, like for real, your messages might be private and encrypted, but not encrypted, but just private because of I guess, the firewall technology that we'll be fighting against.
Welcome everyone to this video. Over the last several weeks, there's been multiple articles posted about US officials, the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, urging citizens to start using encrypted messaging. And I will post links to some of these articles down below so that you can read them if you would like to. But a lot of this is stemming from a Chinese cyber attack into telecommunications infrastructure, which, by the way, this appears to still be ongoing. So, most likely, any unencrypted phone calls or text messages you've sent have been intercepted. And it's just very interesting to see this warning coming from the government, which it wasn't too long ago that the FBI was trying to push Apple for a backdoor into their encryption. And this doesn't mean that they won't continue to hope or push for backdoors into encryption or encrypted solutions. But even with the Chinese intercepting all these phone calls and text messages, I do want to point out that the US government's been listening and intercepting communications from their citizens for decades. And so for years now, I've said, and many others have said, that all of us should be using encrypted messaging apps for not just texting, but also for phone calls and video calls as well. This does go a little bit deeper than just listening to phone calls and intercepting messages, but it can impact two-factor authentication. So for example, when you have that code sent to your phone via text message, that can be intercepted. And due to that, at minimum, you should be using an authenticator app, which is free. This is in the Google Play Store. They also have them in the Apple App Store. And while it is true that messages between iMessage, so Apple iPhones talking to another iPhone, are end-to-end encrypted, and recently Google has pushed updates to encrypt messages between different Android phones, communication between iPhones and Android phones are not always encrypted. Right here we can see, and this is on Apple's website, Apple's implementation of RCS is based on the industry standards. RCS messages are not end-to-end encrypted, which means they are not protected from a third party reading them while they are sent between devices.
Yeah, of course. I mean, even when iPhone came out, it wasn't. So here's the thing. As long as you have a backdoor to some of these things, your shit is not encrypted. So when Apple first came out, yeah, they were closed source and they were the only closed source product, but the FBI got involved because the FBI couldn't have anyone without a backdoor accessing it. When did the FBI get involved? It wasn't early on. They didn't know this would be an issue, and they're not trying to impede on your privacy. But there was some, a lot of illegal activities happening on that product itself because it was private and no one could get into it. So the FBI casually got a subpoena and, told them, yo, we need the back door. Now every iPhone message you send has the capability of being tracked. That doesn't mean you're getting tracked. It just means that if you get in trouble and someone needs to tap your phone, they will tap your phone. That's it. Encryption is the same way. Like Signal and a lot of these apps, it's not that they're more secure or less secure. It's the fact that the end-to-end technology is just beautiful. Like it's hard to like say there is a backdoor or isn't a backdoor. It's just a private communication network. Now, do Signal have the best? I feel like it, but they could come up in certain, they could. I don't know, but I feel like they'll do you justice better than iPhone, Apple. I mean, better than I said iPhone, Apple, better than the messaging app, Telegram, WhatsApp, and a lot of these other end-to-end encryption platforms that try to make it seem like they're the holy grail for privacy.
So, with all this said and done, at the end of the day, yes, you absolutely need to use an encrypted messaging app. And the top one that I would recommend by far is Signal, which
Told
is
you.
free. You can also encrypt your phone calls, your video calls. The only pain point here is in order for this to work, the person you're trying to communicate with also needs to be using Signal. And that's really been the pain point is it's like pulling teeth trying to get people to use this app. It's not a flashy app, it's not a social media app, and so getting people on board can be a little bit difficult, but this is what people need to be using. Slowly but surely, the user base has grown, and we just need to keep pushing to use this. Now, there are alternatives, there are other apps out there. I'm not going to list all of them, but I will say do not use Telegram ever. And while we're on the topic of encrypted communication, ProtonMail, which does have a
Said that too. You see, if y'all want to stay secure, y'all gotta subscribe to my channel. Boy, these are some level one babies right now. You know what I'm saying? Come figure out what type of setup I got for myself. Is my name what I say it is, or is it not? I'm like, and here's the thing about it though. You always want to protect yourself security wise, all jokes aside, because you never know when like a data breach may happen and you may not be doing nothing wrong, but like you don't want someone else to do something wrong with the information you place online. That's some scary shit. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all learned a lot from this message app little espionage thing I'm trying to do right now. Great video and great timing. New sub and like and comment. Just review content as well. The holidays. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.